Yo, what's up, man? Welcome back. Some builders making some noise at the minute. But part 158. Back on the scene, back on the stream. I've noticed that YouTube's got this vertical feature now. I was going to do a test stream of streaming vertically. I had to change all my overlay and that to mess around with the resolutions, and I was going to do it, but it told me that I can either only do one or the other, so I'd rather do a proper stream, you know what I mean? But yeah, man. Oh damn, I've made a spelling mistake on the title. There you go. That'll do. Let's get into some Minecraft. There you go, I've actually turned the music off for once. How about that? Oh, that's bright. That's bright in the mornings. Let's go then. Back at it again at Krispy Kreme's. I was doing trees, wasn't I? See this part here, I might do a staircase coming down underground, but I don't know where this comes out. So let's have a look. I'm not sure how deep it is to get into the base. It isn't that deep. But if I travel in that direction as far as I can about... Nah, I don't want to just dig randomly. I need to dig to this point. I want to do some type of underground staircase. It leads to the base from that area, so it's easy to get to. So what level's this base at? We're looking at about 52. And we should come through that wall eventually. So yeah. Let's go and have a look at that. Could do with sleeping first if there's no mobs around. I swear, I don't know where the monsters are, but apparently there's monsters nearby. Never mind. So let's go this way then. Check I mean the trees do look nice coming round. I mean it's gonna take a minute to get it done. But them trees will look good once they're finished. I did want to do a staircase going down to the bottom of the base in these areas. See where I've got this little bit of space here. And do some type of staircase that comes up and down like a subway kind of area. It'd be like a subway station, but not. So I gotta go down 52. Be good to get rid of this water. Up to a certain point. And then we're going to have to build some type of staircase going downwards. We have to get it to about 52. What's up, Grease? How you doing, bro? I appreciate that, man. I really do appreciate it. I'm just gonna keep working on it, man. And my idea here is literally build something to the point where it has to get recognised. And if it doesn't, then at least I'm enjoying myself, you know. At least I've got a little world on the go, you know. At the end of the day, this will always be my world, isn't it? It's always been my world that I have, and I can just keep adding to it and just keep adding to it until hopefully the right people like can notice it and maybe one day just, you know, give me a little bit of a push and say to their fan base, "I'll go and check this guy out because he's pretty good, man." And if that happens with the right person, then it could really push my entire channel into new places, man. That's the idea. And once it's all done and I've got the entire template of the world complete, where I'm happy with everything I've done, I've got all the things that I need to get done in place, I can then actually try and mess around with commands and eventually start bringing a load of people into the server again. That's the idea, man. But the people who stick around, man, and the people who are going to obviously have that opportunity to join, definitely. I've got to dig in this direction now. Just dig in this direction. try and get to the base, see how far away I am from the actual base. Still amazes me how you haven't absolutely blown up from it, how good you are. You know, I think it's just some people make it in life, some people don't, and sometimes it doesn't matter how good people are. There's some really talented people out there who probably never even get a look in life. So I fully understand it, man. So I understand that it's not easy, man. The world's a big place, and there's a million people doing what I'm doing. I just gotta get the right. I don't know. I just gotta get the right algorithm going with YouTube, I reckon. If I can do that, then I have a chance. But it always seems as if it's these weirdos that make it these days. It's never a normal person, you know what I mean? You never hear about some really decent person. There's a few people out there, but a lot of people just end up becoming like weirdos, you know what I mean? They get cases against themselves, like doing stupid things, and they just turn out to be really sick individuals, you know what I mean? So I don't know, man. It's kind of like the industry's full of like people like that. So I feel as if you kind of have to be that way inclined in order to get ahead in life, and that's something I ain't willing to do. I am not that way. So that's probably why I'm not getting blowing up, bro, because I'm not a weirdo. I'll be honest. It probably is that. Exactly, bro. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about you, Nightbot, mate. I'll bring you up as well if I ever make it. Don't worry, Nightbot. But you're right there, Grease, man. Hawk too made that girl's life completely different, and I'm sitting here. I don't know how many hours I've put into these streams over the last few years, but I'll tell you something, man. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of effort. It does slap you in the face a bit, and you know what the worst part about it is? It's just showing young girls out there that all you've got to do is be an absolute bimbo in life, and you can get ahead, and that's the wrong message that I want being sent to my daughter. You know what I mean? I ain't having that. I can't deal with that type of like mentality. I miss the old-fashioned days, you know, where people were a bit more formal and stuff, and people had a bit of class to themselves, man. Uh, yeah, that's what I mean. It's a horrible influence. That's what I mean. And stuff like that should not blow up. I don't know why it blows up, and it's absolute. I feel like it blows up because that's what these weirdos that are in power want the young generation to be doing. They want them to be acting silly and like that because it will make them more susceptible to certain abuse and stuff. You know what I mean? So you gotta think it's weirdos. It's weirdos in power pushing weirdos on platforms in order to make the people who are in power not feel as weird because they think, oh well, they're like it as well. You know what I mean? And then they want other people to influence people to be that way, and you know, like with a lot of these streamers and that, when something comes out about them, there's a lot of their fan base that are like, wow, you know what I mean? And you sit there and you think, what you want about? Wow, wow, what is a, you know, is there something like a child groomer or something? Wow, what you want about? Wow, Jesus, screw that guy. You know what I mean? That's what stresses me out about the industry, man. I break my back trying to do what I do, and you got some little weirdos out there that are an actual threat to society that actually get into power, you know, get in a position of influence. What did I come down here for now? I came down here for something. What the hell was it? Yeah, there's no fairness in any of it, bro. Honestly, it destroys me. Stresses me the hell out. But I try not to think about it, to be honest. I came down here for something. I came down here for sponges. I came down here to get my sponges. Stack of 43 will do it. Right then. I've got a lot of water to deal with over here, it seems. But yeah, man. All I gotta do though is find the right ones, and it like you, Grease. If I find the right people out there, that's it, man. There's no stopping me. Until that day, though. Until that day, man. It'll just be me, you, and a few other people talking in the chat. It'll become a very lonely place, that stream chat, when I'm streaming. Yeah, but it's going to be like a little walkway going down the stairs and into the base. I'm going to do this on each corner of the base. Luckily, I've considered doing it at this point, so it's not like... So it's not going to conflict with much stuff underground. Hopefully. What's all this water, man? Yeah, a few extra entrances. You know, I could even do like a little redstone door up there or something if I knew how to, like, you know, if I mess around with it with pistons and stuff and have like a little secret entrance. But it wouldn't be a secret entrance, it'd just be an entrance, you know. I've got to go in here and start mopping up all this water, which is going to stress me out. I don't think there's too much though, to be fair, it could be worse. The battle against the water and these sponges, you gotta just spam them down and take out them source blocks as much as you can, man. I love sponges, man. Sponges put in work. Yeah, they put in work. They did. They got rid of all of that water. Well, water's down, mate. One little block up here or something. A few blocks. Oh no, it's this up here, wherever this is. Okay, there's all the water sorted, I think. The sponge is putting in more work than most people. True. That's a good point, man. Would be good to have a good solid team on the server though, where people like can like literally just come together and help me out and get these long jobs done, man. I feel like the thing is, you've got to find the right type of people that want to play, man. I mean, some people want to like help out and, you know, continue with the progression. Just watch everything get, you know, be a part of it. Or then you get the type of people that just want to do what they want to do. And when you find those type of people, they don't really come and help you. They tend to just try and fly away as far as they can and do their own thing and set up their own little area. And I don't mind people doing that, that's cool and that, but it's like, I just worry about people travelling too far, trying to escape people damaging their stuff. And if people travel too far in this server, it's going to be ruined for future updates, man. Absolutely ruined. There won't be anything that. There won't be any for any new spawning anywhere. You'd have to travel millions of blocks, and then it'd just be wrecked, isn't it? Definitely going to help with the tunnel, though. This is. Trying to light it up because I don't want nothing spawning anywhere, man. But yeah, bro, thank you for stopping by, even if it is only briefly. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing today, man. Just jobs here and there, and just trying to get them trees done as well, man. Them trees are going to annoy me, but I will get them done eventually. Even though I've just started a new job here. Yeah, man. How's college going on that? I remember when I was younger, I went to college when I was about 17, and I spent a few years at college. I kind of like didn't really do as much as I could have, though. I was just messing about, and you know, at break time I wouldn't go back to lessons sometimes. That was a typical problem, you know. Same type of mentality I had when I was at school. Even though I was older, I was stupid, man. Used to just go out with a bunch of friends, and we used to just go and smoke, go and smoke and that, and do bad things, do things we shouldn't be doing when we should have been in lesson and that. Some memories, but definitely some wasted opportunity as well. After all of it, I would have preferred the opportunities that I probably missed out on because I was not present as much as I could have been. As long as it's, I don't want to block all of this. I'll probably just want to block up the floor in it because I want it to be nice and flat. I did a maths. 27 add 16. I'm missing one sponge, I think. I don't know. It's only one sponge. I don't think I am missing it. It'll show up. Right then, so this is the tunnel from here. Let's keep tunneling through then and see if we get to the base. At least we dealt with that water pretty quick. I was going to try and do a vertical stream, man. Have you ever seen the new vertical stream things? It's kind of a stream, but it's like a shorts version. So I had to change all my resolution and stuff. I was going to do it, but I couldn't do both of them. I couldn't do like the standard one as of now, and I couldn't do the vertical one at the same time. But I feel as if I try to do the vertical one once this world's a little bit more developed, I feel as if I might be able to get some type of like, I don't know, some boost or something, you know what I mean? Because, you know, people are always scrolling shorts, Minecraft shorts and stuff. I feel like I would blow up a bit, you know, so I feel like I should test that. I should really test it. But rather than do it too soon, I'll make this world a little bit better before I consider it. I might do it on the next one when I've got a little bit of time. Nice little tunnel going into base though, man. It's gonna be sweet. And it ain't even gonna be a tunnel, it's all gonna open up, to be honest. It's gonna be a huge compound under here, just like there is up above. That's what I kind of do. I'm more of a hermit. I'm more of a hermit craft. I should start putting that in my title, man. Because I don't go that far away from base unless I have to just get something new. And then I just come back to base and keep working on the same area. Yeah, man, I understand. I understand. Just think of it like this, man. It's a small period of your life, innit? That's super important. It's probably more important than when you get a job, because it's going to determine the type of jobs you're going to be able to get in that. So obviously you don't need me to tell you all that, but me being a 33-year-old, man, I do want you to do as good as you can, man. I sound like I sound like I'm giving dad advice, you know what I mean? But it's true. That's why I say it. I say it's because it's true, innit? And I wish I would have listened. You know what the funniest part is though? Even though I'm not that old really, even though I can say this advice to people, I can't follow it myself. I should always take my own advice, but I don't. Terrible for it. But if I did take my own advice, I'd be doing a lot better in life. Trust me. I don't know, there's something in me that just tells me that if I just keep doing this, something might happen, man. I reckon I can make it, you know. I don't know. I believe. You gotta believe to achieve, innit? And I believe that it's possible. Oh, you know, I wouldn't be sitting here streaming otherwise if it weren't possible. I'd just be playing it on a single player. Well, not single player, but just chilling. No pressure in that. But I do think that, you know, eventually one day I may be able to do it. I may be able to make it, man. Just gotta keep doing it and just go for it, man. Alright, bro. Thanks, man. I'll catch you later. Have a good day as well, man. Thanks for stopping by, and I appreciate the like, man. Them things really help. Ah, dear. Why am I running that way? Gotta put them sponges away. Ouch. Yo, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Say something in the chat. I appreciate you giving me a minute. I'm just building a tunnel from the main base to this area here, which I'm gonna put stairs in. Yeah. Thierry Henry, bro. Thierry. Thierry Henry, mate. Trust me. Thierry Henry's bopping. Nothing he can't handle. Trust me. World's at war. Thierry Henry does a bop, and it's all good, mate. He's basically the modern day Bob Ross with that bottom lip. Leave him, bro. Just building some stuff, man. Just killing some time, man. Don't know what I might do here. I might do some little pattern where it goes down there like that. How you been though, man? It's good to see you. Building some little weaves and that, man. You wouldn't think that I built this block by block, man, brick by brick, just from squares and that. It's crazy, man. When you go back to see how much it's changed, that's the one, man. Thierry Henry. Yeah, trust me. Yeah, it's just to collect the materials, man. That's one of the hardest things, doing all these little patterns and stuff to make it all line up and that, and just thinking of ideas to do with other, other things. Just, yeah, it takes some time, man, it does. Hey, it's not finished yet, but hopefully I can get it to a decent point where I can get quite a lot of, views and stuff. That'd be good. I mean, them bridges were quite a nose to do, but they're not too bad. I mean, it's not a bad game once you know what you're doing. Like, it's like, say if you've like never ever played this game before, it can be pickling, but there's so much in this game now that it is a bit crazy, man. It's a lot to take in, all the farms and stuff that you get to like get all your blocks and stuff, like automatic wall farms and stuff. To build that the actual contraption, you have to be quite smart, man. I'm not even that smart. I have built some stuff, but there's some crazy stuff you can build in this game. Like, for instance, this is like an iron farm, this thing here. Like, if you stand here long enough, like, because of all these villagers wrapped around here, columns will spawn here and the lava kills them, and then it goes into some auto furnace down here, which is just like, it collects all the ingots, so you don't have to really get much iron. That's kind of a valuable commodity, that is, but it's just farms like that make the game, make it more enjoyable. And these mannequins, mate, look at them mannequins. Got a fat biff there. Trust me, man, it has came a long way. Still got so much to do though, man. I was just literally building these tunnels at the minute because I was doing trees. I was doing trees up the top, and I may as well empty my materials. I was doing some mad trees at the top, which are going to take me a mission to do, to be honest. But you have to cook all your stuff up and that, and process it all, and kind of like, well, it's nothing like Ark, to be honest, but it is grindy. Very grindy game. You have loads of materials and stuff, all kinds of stuff, and All the armor's pretty sick as well. You get like have to get all the enchantments for your armor and that. I mean, it does look like a kid's game in it, but there is some substance to this game. To be honest, before I used to actually play Ark, this was the game I used to play, man. But even before Evolved, you know, when Evolved first dropped, even before that, man. Quite crazy, to be honest. Oh yeah, trust me. Yeah, like this little room I've got down here, it's underground, isn't it? I dug it all out, and then I've got like a storage area where you store everything, and I use the item frames to like signify what goes in where and stuff. It's pretty crazy, man. It's a fun game when you like you know you can dig around and like just do anything near enough within a certain. Yeah, I always miss Ark, bro. I always miss it. It's like a girlfriend that just it's like an ex-girl that just like knew how to handle me perfectly, you know what I mean? It just no matter whatever other game that I play or whatever other thing is looking after me, it just doesn't treat me as well as Ark did. And Ark is a brilliant reference. It's very much like a girl. It'll keep you up all night. Sometimes you'll be arguing all night long with them. But sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's really good. It's been cool then, just not replied. Been leaving it on red and that, trust me. I know, it's the problem. I feel like the biggest problem with it is just the hackers, mate. The hackers make me like sick. They honestly make me sick. It's like I love the game, and it's kind of like even when I actually thought about going to play it again, I actually considered playing on PvE with scopes, to be fair. Just to like be able to enjoy the game and have things and not really have to come online every day with a fob outside. Even running your own servers, man. It's like if I had enough money, man. If I could afford it, man, I'd buy a cluster and start it off with just 3 servers and have the island, Scorched Earth, and Aberration or something. You know what I mean? And Ragnarok. And maybe Extinction. See, it gets expensive, you know. You just want all the servers. It's hard to just have a few of them. You just want, if you run a cluster, you want a decent cluster. It is very expensive. But hopefully, you never know, man. One day I might get to the stage where I can do it. I hope. They did. They ruined it, man. We were having such a good time. We were doing well. I mean, I'll be honest as well. I feel as if I don't like putting the blame on anyone, but I feel like as soon as Drew started kind of buying things off people, I feel like that kind of caused us unneeded attention, unwanted heat was coming down on us. It's like we ended up becoming on the map from that. I know he was trying to just do things to help us out, but we just become a target that had stuff that cost money. So I feel like if we would have just laid low a bit, we might have survived a bit longer, but the inevitable would have happened. You have to join a mega. If you don't join a mega, then you either get steamrolled or taxed. Trust me. Yeah, finding good admins is yeah, that is a hard part. That's why I'd like to run my own cluster, because I'd play if I did ever run my own cluster, I would literally just try and play on it as if like I wasn't an admin or I didn't have any of them abilities, and I'd just grind. I really would. I know it sounds weak, but I would, man. I'd just grind and grind, and if anyone ever pulled up on me, I'd be like, "Yo, I've got diplomatic immunity. You know, you can destroy my base, but I am gonna rewind the server and then destroy your base." You know what I mean, type of thing. But and that you could just build in peace, man, while other people are kind of building and having wars around you. It'd be entertaining as hell, to be honest. It'd be quite fun. And then if you wanted to, you could just partake in stuff like you, as long as I was to stream it and show that I wasn't using any type of commands, people couldn't say I was cheating. You know what I mean? So you would still be playing legitly. It's not my fault if a level 150, any level 150s just randomly spawn in. What am I doing? Arc 2 is going to be coming out soon as well, isn't it? And then there was Atlas. Atlas flopped. Like, that thing's dead now. That's what I mean, man. It's like that's what it is. It's like you can't. I had it on this game. I had it on this. I was running a server on here, and when people started throwing money around, and people noticed that I was favouring people because they, you know, were being generous to me and helping me pay for the servers and stuff, and put money in my pocket. That's when people were like, nah, this isn't good. I can see where this is going. All it's going to take is one really wealthy person to come in here with like stupid money, and the whole server's going to be a waste of time. And that's what people think. It's like with Ark and games like that, you really do foresee what's going to happen in the future, because that's what you don't want to do. You don't want to do something for nothing. Even though Ark does end up being like that anyway. I'll be honest though, man, Minecraft, this game's easy, man. To be fair, there's some aspects where it's very difficult. The hardest part's probably building. But some of the game is just, it doesn't even feel like a challenge sometimes, once you've got all this armour and stuff, I tell you. Yo, sub Zachris, welcome back. Yeah, I'm always talking about Ark. Ark's a sick game. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. I feel like you should like kind of like get involved and stuff just because they've like, you know, influenced with money and stuff. It's hard. It's like you have to kind of lay down some rules in the beginning, I think. Whereas you're not gonna do this and you're not gonna do that, and it just it stops people from even asking, and it just becomes a standard. Yeah. I did play on a server called Hope once, and it was really well balanced, and it reset every 3 months, and it wasn't too bad. The only thing that people would be buying was BPs and stuff. That would be the only thing, and maybe some tames. Yeah. You do have to find that, what's it called, man? You have to find that real good cluster. Something that's not going to reset too soon, and you need a relationship with the admins. Almost, you actually need to be talking to them, have them in Discord, and as soon as something like sketchy pops up, you need like literally rapid response. Like, yo, what's up, man? How can I help? We've got someone hacking. Yeah, someone meshing. Boom. Alright, what's his tag? Oh, that's his name. Oh yeah, I'm looking at him now. Yep, he's removed. IP banned. GG, thanks for that, boys. Here's a few BPs for helping out. Keep the server fresh. And like, yeah, buzzing. That's what you need. If you had that, then that's great. But as soon as they have a few friends that are playing on the server, and they start favouring that bunch because they know them in real life, or it's a group of people they know, that's when it's over. That's a bad thing to happen. But But yeah, trying to build this some tunnel here, man. Just getting there. Yeah. See, I never actually really got into like running any of them servers. I would have liked to, man. I would have liked to have had a few and just seen how it went. I mean, Ark's a bit crazy these days. There's so much in Ark these days that you almost need all 10 servers to get the most out of the game. Whereas Ark back in the day, when it was just say, let's just say it was the first 5 servers, that was good, man. That was Ark right there. I was happy with that. That was sweet for me. Where you had the island, the center, scorched earth, Ragnarok, and aberration. That's all I need. It's all them 5 servers is all. I don't care for the other ones. I know Gen and Gen 2 and Extinction and Valguero and that. I know people do like them, but I would just be happy with them 5. Them 5 would do me nice. About 50 people on each server as well would be decent, so you could at least have 5 decent tribes of 10 playing. That would be good. If I ever get the money, man, if I ever, like, you know, if I ever blow up as a streamer and stuff, man, and I can afford to do that type of stuff, and I get a fan base that would be willing to watch and be interested in that stuff, man, I'd definitely do it. I'd do it in a heartbeat. I would actually enjoy doing it. Bit of copper. Don't really need the copper, but hey, it's copper. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like Aberration was the last real good map, I think. It kind of pushed it to the limit, like where Ark needed to be. It kind of it got into the level of like not too mythical, not too crazy, not too futuristic. It was like, yeah, Aberration should have been the end because it kind of looks like, you know, the world's falling apart anyway. Like they can't maintain the spheres anymore, and that's what's kind of happening to it, and everyone's going underground and stuff. So that should have been the end, really. I think that's the problem with Ark. I think they really did try to do too much with it. They took too many of the older things and the older physics out of it. Like all the stuff with the flyers and that, and they tried to put too much newer stuff in there to polish the game, whereas wasn't polishing it. It's like it was already polished, and they were using like a rag, which was like had fine grains on it, and they didn't see it. Like, you know, when you drop like cleaning a car, and you got a cloth, and you drop it on the floor and it's got some grit on it, and then you clean the car with it and it scratches the car. I feel like that they were trying to polish it even more, but they was just scratching it and scratching it and scratching it, and just kept on scratching it until it's become a bit worthless. It's a great game, always have a place in my heart, but the official servers are just broken, and that's the only place I really enjoyed myself, and that was official, because I felt like you wasn't just gonna get some bobs like play for a weekend and just come and wipe you with some crazy stuff they got out of a drop. You know what I mean? That was the idea. Polishing it with a turd, trust me. Yeah, Ab was sick. I did like Ab. Ab was kind of like, it made the game feel like it was like, I don't know, you know, like when we first played Ark back in the day and it was the island and it was like fresh and nobody knew what they were doing. I felt an aspect of that from Aberration because it was just very different. It was like, you know, you couldn't fly around for a start. You had to run around on land tames, and it wasn't. It was very hard to get from one place to another. Ab was probably one of the hardest places to traverse. It was easy by far to get to the bottom to the top. If you had no tames, you weren't doing that, man. You know, if you never had a tech suit and an element, that's a challenge, man. You'd have needed a bunch of crossbows and grapples, and man, it would have been an ordeal. It would have took you about 20 minutes. Just getting up from one place to another. It was very, and then you had the upper land where it was just all like, it was different. It was like you couldn't go onto the upper land, like the overworld where it was all on fire and stuff, and then you had to go there at a certain time at night time to actually go there to get the drops and stuff. It was mad, man. It was a mad server. I might spin these stairs coming round so it's facing that way, but I need to line it up perfect, man. Yeah, it did feel new though. The Reapers, the not the Death Worms, the Basilisks. Even the little shoulder pets that protected you from the, what are they called? What are them things called now? I don't even know what they're called now. They're nameless. They're nameless. Them nameless used to stress me out when I didn't have any tames and I was just running around. The place was sketchy, man, honestly. The place was sketchy back in the day when everybody was fresh on there. Yeah, definitely. Definitely, it will happen. Definitely, I can see it. I think what'll be good for the boys to get together for would be GTA 6 as well. You know, when GTA 6 comes out, I think we need to get all the boys together for that, like everyone we know. So we go on a server and we literally just run the place. We gotta run that place. I hope the servers are different and you can actually take over certain parts, and you know, I wish it was more archy, you know what I mean? It sounds weird, but I wish it was a little bit more archy with the way you controlled stuff. Maybe you had to do missions and you had to do gang wars and stuff, and you claimed territory, and then people would contest against it. All of a sudden, you'd have to get there. You'd have to pull up. You and your crew would be pulling up in your whips and that, and your colours, and just trying to defend it and stuff, man. And it's whoever's online at the time, you know what I mean? It's like people can come into your server as a crew and start contesting your area and stuff. And people could literally take over the area, the entire server, and you know, maybe the server has like a flag of the gang colours of who's running the server at the time, and your server can get taken over and stuff, and you think, oh damn, we just lost our home. That was our server that we rolled on, and some crew just came over and took us out. You know what I mean? It would be good if they did that. I remember on GTA San Andreas the way they did the gang wars. If they did something like that where the map had colour, where the territory was owned by certain crews, that would be the best. That would be sweet, and you should be able to invest in it. So it starts off as some, like, you know, hood, but then you can turn it into some proper like business retail area and get some really posh estates and really nice area, make it look good. And then when somebody takes over it and they take over it, it reverts it back to, you know, it knocks it down a level or something. I don't know how it works, but it would be good. I'm sure they could do it. Normally it's a race for all the unlocks, man. Yeah, true it is, isn't it? People be grinding for all them unlocks and getting all the cars and stuff, and getting the best of the best. But I think it's going to be different this time, man. You're going to have a lot more to do with your character, I think. I feel like jewelry and stuff should be realistic. Like, you know, when like you go to like a shop and then you can buy stuff. I feel like if you buy an actual diamond bracelet, it's gonna be a killer. So when you see that diamond bracelet on someone's like wrist, you're like, yo, look at that, man. That cost like 200. That cost 2 million. That did. That's, you know what I mean. You start looking at stuff like that. You're in a lobby. You look at the like the other characters, and you're thinking, yo, look at that, man. Look what that guy's got. This guy's a sweat. This guy's a, or depending on what cars they pull up with, it should be like there should be more distinction for progressing of the levels, because I noticed on GTA 5 once you got to like level 200 and stuff and unlocked everything, you couldn't really tell really. Yeah, they'd pull up in a nice car, they'd have an expensive jet, but you know, they'd have the most expensive hotel, but there wasn't anything you'd be like, yo, look at that. They should make stuff that's crazy expensive. I should bring some of these empty shuttle boxes, man, up to the area where I'm working, to be honest. Oh, there is a few good games coming out on Steam soon, I've noticed. There's another one called Sand. It's kind of like an Arky game. Well, I don't know about Ark, but it's kind of like Atlas, kind of. Yeah, GTA 5. Yeah, I know what you mean about that. GTA 4. GTA 4. I did enjoy that game a lot. I ain't gonna lie. Uh, but GTA 5 was, you know, it was more advanced online, definitely. But I don't know about the physics of the driving in GTA 5 though, man. I felt like the driving just felt the same with every car near enough. There was just like styles of car rather than different differences within the sound of the engine, or you know how they handled on the road. Used to be turning around corners like I don't know, 120 mile per hour, you know what I mean? Look at the light. No fire. Look at the light. What do you mean, look at the light? Look at the lights of fire. I'm not sure what you mean. I'm pickled. Boom, boom, boom. How many creepers did I just run past? Jesus. There was no saving that. Oof. Yeah, I've got to light this area up, man. Badly light this area up. Oh, it's the next Dark clone. When's that coming out? I'll have to have a look at that. That sounds interesting. I will look into that one though, definitely. I wish they just brought Legacy Arc out, to be honest. You know, where the War Quetzals were still a thing. And the flyers could actually have movement speed pumped into them. And there wasn't tech turrets and there wasn't all this crazy stuff. Yeah, not like Primitive Plus, but yeah, you know what I mean. I've got to turn this staircase somehow. Yeah, not bad, man. Need to keep an eye out for a new Ark style game. To be fair, the thing with Ark, it's like with Ark style games, it's so fresh. It has to be done fresh. After people get too used to the game, that's when it can be start just becoming a like robotic working and grinding. You know what I mean? Becomes mechanical. Like I'll always remember the sound of a fabricator and a replicator spinning around, grinding out bullets. I'll always remember the sound of an industrial furnace. Yeah, I think I've actually got one of the God of Wars on the PC. I haven't really played it though, to be fair. I just downloaded it because it was on sale, I think. Trying to work out how I'm gonna do this. I might not be able to do the way I want to do it, but I would like to line it up straight with this corridor. Yeah, the rep was annoying. The fabricator was the worst. It was worse back in the day because back in the day when we had lag on the server, like heavy lag in the base because of like the game couldn't handle itself and the base was just too big. The fabricator sounded horrible, man. It sounded like a two-stroke or like it sounded like a tractor trying to start but never actually starting. It was bad. It was horrible. It was horrible being in base back in the day, I remember, like... But you do need the sound on in that game, you have to be listening, you have to really be listening on that game. Sound is a big factor. I think that 7 Days to Die came out on crossplay as well, but I heard there's a few problems with it, so I think they're tweaking a few things. I don't know if it's been patched yet, but wouldn't be a bad idea to have a little blast on that one of the days. It is a good game, man. So this is the middle. So this part's the middle. It is. It is. That's the thing, you remember the good times. You try to just remember the good times, don't you? And then once you, you do kind of think of the bad times as well. But you don't mention the bad times because you want to be like, you want to think of them on a good note, you know what I mean? I think what happened with Ark was China. I think it was China. China just took over Ark. As you rubber band 20 miles back. Man, I used to rubber band on that game so hard. I used to go to bed I'd get off for the night, get to bed, and I'd rubber band and I'd be back in my chair like, yo, what's going on? Oh, I could have sworn I just, like, got into bed, turned the game off. I started rubber banding in real life. see the tribe manager go red, and you're like, I'm about to get off. You see the tribe manager go red, and you rub a band like, oh damn, I'm about to start playing again for another 20 hours. It seems. Yeah, trust me. That's why I wanted. I wanted people to play Atlas a little bit, but I know the game died. It's still alive on PC with like dedicated servers, but on Xbox there's no servers at all. I mean, Mike's downloaded that game, and he couldn't even go on a server. He couldn't even play it, man. It was just menu simulator. That was it, man. Pure menu simulator. Deluxe edition. I hope he refunded it. He said lol. That's it, man. Yeah, and trust me, yeah, that's it. You hatch a bunch of eggs and that you get the stats you wanted. You get the really good stats, and then the server just rolls back, and then it's like, yo, we gotta hatch them eggs again, and it comes out with the dead stats, and you're like, wow, wow. You just end up shooting them in the head. So I feel like I need a wall here. No, wait, this is the middle part here, so just the middle part, the staircase is gonna go from this side to this side. I think. Ah man, good times, man, good times. You know something. I think there's probably a bunch, but I know what happens, man. What will happen 100% would be like you'd go on there, and what would happen is people would notice the population goes up, and then they would see me, you. They'd probably see Mike's. They might see Scopes. They might see Speedy. They might see I don't know who else might come back. They might see Drew. You never know. You never know. They might, and then when that server goes from what it's been like a dead zero for a while, and it's gone up to 6 people, that's when they're gonna go in there and be like, "There's something cooking in that server," and they're gonna want it. That's the thing. I'll work out how I'm doing these staircase, man. I think it's like this. Because that's what happened on our server back in the day on 252, the one that we held for about 3.5 years. The server was relatively dead, and there was like 1 or 2 people just looking after it. And as soon as I came back, and then Scopes came back, and then a few other people like came back, and the whole tribe was back together, we started getting unwanted attention from other servers that were looking for raids. And that's what happened, man. And then some big meshers just came in and started trying to mesh out Ice Cave. Can we cook fast enough, though? Can we cook fast enough? Well, we probably could, but I feel as if what would happen is someone would come in and cook up some hacks, and I'd probably be that. Yeah, nah, I'd love to play Ark again. Like I said, man, I always said to myself the best way I would do it is I'd have to run my own server or something. I'd have to like, yeah, because when you stream it as well, as soon as people start finding out you're streaming it again, that's it. I mean, you're gonna get unwanted attention from a bunch of people. I mean, you've probably still got busies, a lot who are probably some of them are subscribed to me just so they can tell whenever I'm streaming Ark. If they see me streaming Ark, they're gonna be like, "Oh, we can go and cause some problems." So, I guess, notoriety, like being notorious. I guess that can get you some subscribers as well. It might be a negative way of doing it, but I guess it would work. But on Ark, it'd be impossible, man. It'd be impossible not to get stream sniped. That's the thing, man. It almost started happening with that other tribe. Like, no, it did start happening with that other tribe. Somehow they found out I was streaming. I don't know how, but they did. We were somebody. We still are somebody. We still are, man. We still are. I feel like I said, like we said, man, they were polishing that turd too much, man. They were polishing that gem so much that it's now become a turd. And now what's happened is with this ascension, they're trying to just make as much money as they can from that dying product, it seems. I don't even know how they would ever be able to rekindle it now, because I think what you'd need a game just to go back to the basics. Go right from the beginning, like minimum tames, a couple of things that can, like, you know, give you base defense that work very well. You know how it was with Plant Species X and turrets. I don't know. I feel like there's definitely a space out there for a similar game, a very similar game. I mean, look what Power World did with, like, Pokemon. Power World basically ripped Pokemon off, and it's still there, even though they've had copyright issues. They've still basically got Pokemon, but in a different method, but with different creatures and stuff. It would not be hard for a company to see the potential that Ark had and just really do something, whereas it wouldn't delve too far into the future, man. Keep it prehistoric, keep it dinosaurs, keep it with chainmail, you know, flak and stuff. I used to love having a good set of flak armor and stuff. And then Riot Gear came out, you know, I don't even care for the Riot Gear, you know, it was good for torpor, but we didn't need it, man. Like I said, they were just trying to put so much into that game. They destroyed it. Like, even if people wanted to run their own servers now, it's almost as if they think, well, it's too many servers to deal with. You know what I mean? It's too many servers to run and to have. That's what people think. I mean, that's what I think. If it was just 3 servers, say if it was just Island, Scorched, Ragnarok, or you know, say if it was just that, it would be easy to run your own cluster, quite cheap as well. In comparison to running 10 different servers. That's just killing it, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, that sand didn't look too bad for a game. It was quite a good game. It's hard to get a good balance of building and grinding and PvP action as well. It's very hard. I feel like Ark was a good game for people who wasn't the greatest. I don't know if my stream's gonna die. What the hell was that? What was that noise? I had the notification. I do not know what it was, but it was concerning. Hopefully my stream don't die. But yeah, I do think there's a lot that could be done, man. I can't believe, like I said, if they didn't have that many servers, people would run their own dedicated ones, and they'd probably pay Nitrado and not have to worry. But because it's gone too big, too large scale, it's almost as if you can't do that now. If anybody wants to join an Ark server, they want to join a cluster with every server. They don't want to lose out on anything, any of the tames. They want every tame available, even the modded ones. Yeah, I mean, it's the headache, bro. I wish they'd bring out like Legacy Ark, like Ark before, you know what I mean? Ark Origins or something. Ark Survival Origins. That would be the one. Ark Survival Origins, where it's kind of primitive plus, but the pinnacle of everything is an auto turret. You know, that's like the pinnacle of like your defense, the pinnacle of the best tames, like the most wildest tames you're gonna see should be stuff like what you'd see in Scorched or something, or Aberration, because I do like some of the Aberration tames, but like I said, if you're gonna keep it basic Ark, try and reimagine what it used to be like. That's what it should be. It should be there with the war quests. They should have war quests where you can, where I don't know, maybe you have like a disability with the quets, whereas if you do have turrets on your quets, you can't fly very fast, or you know, and that way it would be more utilised as a base defence rather than just flying around the map and ripping everyone's stuff like everybody was doing. You know what I mean? Maybe it would be something that can literally only fly for a bit, and then you have to bring it back in quick. But what they did was, by taking all the turrets off them Quetzals, was they ruined it. Because I know this probably makes me sound like I'm bad at the game, but when I was building up on 252 back in the day, I had a few means of defence around me in that swamp, and it was turret rafts, believe it or not, when people didn't realise about raft raiding. And I also had war Quetzes and war Paracefiums and war Brontos with turrets and plants all over them, man. It was mad. It was mad. So if anyone ever pulled up to the base and started causing me problems, I didn't run out there on any type of land tame. I just jumped on my war Quets and flew at the bush. Just hovered around it, just like until the auto turrets would just lick them. You know what I mean? And then I used to go down there and follow the auto turrets, where the auto turrets would tell me where their body was, and I used to just get their stuff. I mean, on the server as well, like whenever there was like trolls flying around and causing problems, I remember like some of our allies would say, "Yeah, we've got a squadron of people over here on PTs. They're flying over towards Crystal now. They've just landed for Stam." And I'd jump straight on the war Quets with 360 movement speed and about 20 turrets and 15 Plant X on it. And I'd fly straight over there faster than you could say rip. It'd be gone. It'd be like, you could imagine a Quetzal with 360 movement speed, man. 405. Yeah, it had lack of health, man, but it had an ascendant saddle on it. And I used to just fly at them, and all you'd see is the turrets just everything. It was Christmas. They didn't even know I was coming. It was just that quick. I can understand why they removed it, but that's why they should bring it back. But make it so there's a stamina issue. Whereas if you start putting turrets on it, the Quetzal loses stamina at a 8 times rate or something. So you can't really fly it that far. That way, they don't have to take it out of the game, but it's not as OP as it used to be, and it can still be a really good base defense for people who aren't that great at the game. You know what I mean? Otherwise, these days your base is just fat rip. Someone pulls up and it's like, yeah, well, boys, they've got a fob there, and looks like they're I think they're breeding stuff. They're here for the long run. You know what I mean? Best game I've ever played was early days Ark. I've never met as many people as I did gaming from any other game than Ark. Ark is where all my friends have came from that I still talk to this day. Crazy, trust me, but it's true. Gotta try and make this staircase twist round, and this part be the middle of it, which is going to be painful, but I ain't going to be painful. I've just got to work it out. I'm going to have to dig back a bit more, I think, this way. I mean, there's probably servers out there like that. Legacy Arc. But the problem is, it's just everything you do on that game, it kind of feels as if it's coming to an end. You're doing it to one day have to depart with whatever you're working on, and it's 100%. It's that you're never gonna be able to keep it forever and stuff. Whereas if you ran your own cluster and stuff, you potentially could. You know, it would never end until you say it ends. You know what I mean? And it's dying because of how complex it's got. It's the same with Minecraft, to be honest. Minecraft is dying in a way to a lot of people because there's so much stuff in this game now than what there was about 5 years ago. It just puts people off. People like being able to just rip through a game quick, it seems, and be able to just know everything about the game without having to like learn about much. But ever since like the depth increase on this game, like, well, I'm at depth 52 at the minute. It used to just go down to 0, but now it goes down to minus 57. As soon as they brought that new depth in, I know that a lot of people just were like, yeah. Like these trims are on the armor as well now. It makes it harder for you to get like netherite armor and stuff and netherite tools because you need the trims. So that's also another thing that's made the difficulty of the game a lot harder for people. So when things become more complex, it kind of like, I don't know, it kills the game off a bit. But the weirdest thing is, back in the day when we used to be playing Ark and a new update came out, and new things came out, and new maps came out, we were all for it. We were like, yes, we got a new map coming out, boys, buzzing, let's see what we get. You know what I mean? It's like, we was happy with it. We were like, of course we were buzzing for it, but after you know, seeing what it's caused, I don't know, man. Kind of regret a lot of their maps. I regret Valguero. I regret Gem 1 and 2. I regret Extinction. The rest of them can stay. The centre, well, to be honest, I wasn't too bothered with the centre either, to be honest. I played it a little bit, but I don't really know it that well. There'd be spots on the centre that I'd probably just fly straight past, and people would probably have little hidey holes there, and I don't even know. Same with Aberration. I liked Aberration, but I never learned the map as well as I did Island or Scorched. On Island and Scorched, I spent most of my days, I think. Because we actually did have a second base from home on Scorched. We had a second base from home on Aberration as well, but that was Scopes. Scopes was kind of like seeing to all of that, and one of our other old tribe mates. Bang, just bust my head. Yeah, but having the same thing over and over again. Yeah, that's it. To be fair, gaming developers and companies, I feel like what happens is they have teams, innit? They have different teams, and I feel like they have the team working on the new stuff, and then they have the team working, another team working on the patches. And the patch team probably struggle a bit because when a new update comes out, it's kind of like all the work that they've been working towards, it's kind of for nothing, because as soon as the new update comes out, there's going to be a whole new episode of like problems that are going to interfere with the code. So It's hard, man. It's hard. I don't understand how they can bring out updates without fixing the original issues. It's almost what they're doing is they can see that the game needs patches. There's problems within the game, but what they're doing is they're just trying to bring out a new update rather than patching the old stuff. They're hoping that the new update will fix it. That's what they're hoping all the time. But really, they're layering problems on top of problems, and that is exactly what's going on. And that's why we've got a mess now. God, I love that game though. Ark would be best if your player had your own cluster and you just had your own community kind of playing on there, and there wasn't any type of bad blood between people, you know what I mean? Like, yes, people did raid and wipe each other and attack each other and play the game as if it was just a standard game. You know, it's what you do, that's the aim of the game, so people win. But it would be better if you was doing it within a community of people, like, whereas you wouldn't feel no bad blood. It'd just be like, lol, haha, you got us. GG, you know what I mean? Ah, damn. You wait till next time, you know what I mean? You wait, well, kind of like friendly banter and stuff, that's what it should be. I feel like it just become too toxic in the end. People like to try and demoralise the hell out of people on that game. I remember when someone on our old official server had a wyvern. They literally had a wyvern on the server, and I don't know why we was like this, but when we locked our server down back in the day, people couldn't have wyverns, people couldn't have gigas, people couldn't have like platform quetzals. These were the things that people weren't allowed to have, and if people pulled one out on the server, it'd be like, oh, he's got a wyvern, and we'd be like, yeah, where? And they'd throw the coordinates, and we'd say stay there, or otherwise we're gonna kill it, you know what I mean? And then, well, not me personally, but people within my alliance would go over there and mess around with them and cause problems and bully them. And I used to sit there and watch them. Not very nice stuff happen a lot of the times. I used to have a bit of a heart when it came to this game, because I was a grinder, and I knew what it was like to get all that stuff unofficial, so I didn't want to just destroy people's stuff and, you know, kill all their stuff just randomly. So I felt bad, but this guy had a fire wyvern, and one of the people in my alliance tribes at the time said, "Kiss my feet. Your character needs to kiss my feet. Beg me for it. Get on your knees. Start begging. Beg me for it. Beg. Cry. Start crying. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, what? And he was hitting it. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like making it bloody. It's like, you better start crying, man. I want to hear how much you want this wyvern. It's gonna die. It's gonna die. Anyway, the kid was like, please. You know what I mean? Like in bits and stuff. Like, please. Like I felt terrible, man. I was like, yeah. I was like, ugh. And then he was like, yeah, you're alright then. Yeah, we'll leave it then. You're lucky. 2 minutes later, he flies away and snipes it about 6 times with his Fabby sniper, and it just flops. Yeah. Stuff like that used to happen all the time, man. And man, like because I wasn't alpha at that point. I was in an alliance with the alphas. I kind of witnessed a lot of nasty crap happen. But that was the game, innit? You know, that was what you did. That was what you did on the game. That was what you don't become alpha of a server just to be all nicey nice, you know what I mean? Some people were just... I think some people realised they wasn't always going to be in that position of power, and then what they did was they just had they enjoyed it while they was. I did have my moments where I did raid bases with them, and I was a part of some big wipes and some big battles, but I never had any personal issues with any of the people we were wiping. They never did anything to me. There was a few trolls out there that we used to just wipe their base every time it used to pop up, but I don't know. There was some stuff, man. There was some stuff that I didn't agree with. Trying to work out how I'm gonna do this. This is the middle. Man. One day, man. One day there'll be a game that comes out that just literally just blows our mind, man. Hopefully. It looks like I'm gonna have to do this. One more this side. It's gonna have to come outwards as well because I want to have this flat part. Nah, you're right there, man. Talking about Ark is like talking about an old friend that you've lost. Do sit there and I feel a little bit sad afterwards. Stairs gonna have to come out more. For some reason I've got so much crap in my inventory. It's a joke, it's annoying me to be honest. And it needs to go over one more, really. Two more. Down. So this is the middle. Stairs I gotta go. I could do with it coming one more, out one more. Yo, what's up, Gorilla Attack? Welcome back. It's good to see you, man. Thanks for stopping by. I'm just working on this, this staircase area at the minute. So yeah, I've got this staircase coming down here. I want to have like build some type of staircase area. If it works, hopefully it works out well. It's a bit close there, like that, but it works. Nah, it's a bit close. Better off using a step there. Have to go and use a crafting table real quick. Drop off some of this junk I've got in my inventory as well, man. But yeah, man, thanks for stopping by, dude. I hope you're having a good day, man. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask. Man, I've filled up a load of these again. Right then. But if you come down here, I'll show you where I'm working on. Like, just down here, innit? Ouch. There's a little staircase I'm working on all the way over there. And I'm gonna have to do another one over there, and I've got to do. I'm gonna have to do a bunch of them, to be honest. But doing this will actually help everything. Everything that I need to do. This will help. Trust me. Where did I put my food, man? God damn. Got like half a heart, man. Near enough. I'll have some cooked mutton for today. Just a job. Stupid chest piece, get out of my inventory, man. Gotta keep an eye on the time because I gotta go and pick my daughter up from school soon. I'm not sure how wide these stairs are going to be. Yeah, 5 thick. 5 thick will do. Yep, will do. That's in the middle. Bring this part up here now. I need more blocks. I may as well smash the floor out. That's where I'll get more blocks. Gotta change this anyway, and I need some stone bricks, so I may as well do this. I think the hardest thing about this game, for me personally, is having an idea of what to do next. Once I know what I'm doing, like once I've got an idea laid out in my head, I'm sweet. I'm like, I don't have to worry, I don't have to sweat. I can just I know what I've got to do. But if I'm at a point where I'm finishing a project and I'm not sure what to start next, or I'm not sure what should be done next, that's where I get stressed out. I don't get confused, but I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know what to choose. Or I don't know what would be the best thing for me to do to make the world look better, or the best thing for me to stay sane. Like them trees I gotta do at the top. I might do about 5 a day because it stresses me out, that job. I haven't done none today, but I might do 5 a day. You know what to say about your greens. I do have some of these blocks in here that I might as well just throw down. I don't know how many. Well, I did have some of them blocks down there, but I guess I don't now. Could do with emptying whatever I've got on me. I've got way too. I get it. That's how quick your inventory fills up on this game, man. That quick. smooth stone. I need smooth stone. Also, some lights would be good as well. Start lighting the area up down there because it's gonna spawn mobs otherwise, and it just looks horrible at the minute. About 6 months of work though. That's how much time I spent on this. Almost a day, 6,900. I should actually hit that today. 6,900, man. Always gotta do the lights the same way. That's the middle part. probably be best to put this ceiling in now. There's no holes in the floor, so we don't fall down the hole. Ooh, I can't leave gaps. We don't cut any corners on this. Keep getting messages. Yeah, it is about that time where I have to dip out and go and make sure I've got my daughter and stuff, and I don't know if I'll be that long though. I'll probably have a cup of tea and stuff with her, ask her how her day was, spend some time with her for a bit, and then as soon as she's settled down I'll be back on, carrying on with what I'm doing. I'm extending the limits of glory. I'm doing my best to extend the limits of the time that I've got, man.